The first book, the idea is this kid loses his father in an alien attack,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And people come up to him and tell him that he can learn magic. And so the story there is he goes to the magic school trying to learn magic.
Kind of
And
like Harry Potter.
a little bit.
Okay.
But the difference is that instead of trying to learn magic, because of his bad family, his family is good.
Okay.
And he's trying to learn magic to get revenge against people.
It's like an evil Harry Potter. Okay.
And throughout, it turns out that during the alien attack, he everybody at the attack was being basically mind controlled, including him. But his mind was so strong that he kind of connected his mind to the person that was mind controlling him.
Okay.
And so the story throughout is basically him going off and waking up the person who mind controlled him. Because when she did, she lost consciousness. And so basically the story is he's trying to learn magic and is angry when he can't use one of the two fighting styles. He learns healing instead of the destruction type. And so he learns healing even though he's annoyed. And he learns that basically everybody at the school wants him gone. Because he doesn't follow the regimen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't follow the typical rules of the school. And so everybody's kind of wanting him to drop out and telling him to do the impossible to get in.
Okay. So that's first book.
Mm-hmm. In the end, he defeats this alien creature and stays at school, only to learn that his father might still be alive.
Okay.
In the second book, the entire story is kind of going to get his father. And in the end, getting his father and making sure the world's safe, kind of.
From the aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
The entire story just revolves around the aliens.
Did they tell how the aliens look? Or give you an indication?
They do, but it's random every single time. It's normally tentacles and bones and stuff.
Okay.
One looked like a dragon, another was a cloak with hands.
So the dragon on the cover is an alien?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Everyone's different.
Okay, so that's an alien right there.
This was not an alien, sadly.
Okay.
The other book has the alien on it, though.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the title of the third book?
The title of the third book is called The Future King.
Okay.
And so the idea is that in the end of the second book, he gets his father back. However, he's called to a meeting, and basically at the meeting, it turns out there's a dome all around Paris, and they got a message that's telling them that he and his two friends have to come with them, or else the entire of Paris will be destroyed.
Okay.
And so basically what happens is that these time magic people come and basically take him and his friends, and their magic revolves around stopping time, fast forwarding time, looking into the future, and also freezing time, reversing time, fast forwarding time, all that type of good stuff.
Are they good or bad?
Most of them are good, but one guy's bad. But we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Basically, they all go in trying to help the time kids, because what they learn is that they have to go get one of these books of magic before this guy gets to it, or else he'll basically destroy the, world or Paris. And so what happens is they go on the quest to get it while being followed by the dragon. And
Which is an alien.
I'm gonna explain it, but it's weird. Basically, the dragon alien made all the different types of dragons.
Okay.
They all got killed off, though, or turned insane. Except for one. And then that's one of the ones. Not on the cover,
Okay.
but yeah. And then in the end, the dragon learns, oh wait, I can make a new species of dragons. And he does.
Okay.
hmm
So continue.
So basically, this dragon is following them, trying to get all the magics. That way he can kill the aliens, because he thinks he'll be a match. So they go on this errand and get this magic, which is called spirit magic. And the way that it works is that it controls your will. And makes you follow whatever will you want on the person. So basically, they get the book and they use it on the dragon to make him stop. And the way that spirit magic works is that it's extremely temptationing, I guess? Tempting, my bad. It's very tempting, so it almost lures the main character into being evilish. Because it like, makes you feel like you have so much power and you can control people. Then he realizes how disgusting it is. So basically then he goes off and he's like, so the idea is the way that we would have to make sure that what happens doesn't happen is we would either have to mind control, because what happens is after the destroying of Paris, there's going to be a world war over magic because adults learn it in 2 years. So basically the idea is either they're going to have to eliminate the main character's father from existence because he's how magic comes to be born.
Okay.
Or they're going to have to go to all the leaders of the world, use spirit magic, and say...
And convince them to...
Mm-hmm. So basically, one of the time people uses their magic to see what would happen if they did do that. And it's basically, he goes off and he slowly goes from okay to worse and mind controls all the leaders. And it mind controls all of his friends also until he becomes a king of the world.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So book 3 ends in him being...
That was just to look into the future.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So then, as they're about to go back to the real world, one of the students turns out to be the evil character, and uses spirit magic on the kid that was time doing it, and tells him to go into a random time. And then he basically spirit controls everybody, including the main character.
Okay.
Until the main character and his friends get released because of a major, not major fact. A girl gets Excalibur, which deflects all magic, I guess. So it deflects the spirit magic off of all of them. And then the main villain uses his spirit magic to kind of suck up everybody's spirits from their bodies or mind control them in Paris. And so that turns out to be what was happening. He conceived them all to think that the dragon was the reason that all happened when it was actually him. And in the end, they finally defeat him. But sadly, the main character gets dropped out of his school that he was at for magic because he's done so many injustices now to the program. Because, you know, the main story, the adults are always wrong and the young kids are always right.
Hear about.
No. Percy Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Percy Jackson.
Because literally the 1,000-year-old gods.
So my question is, what do you think of that book?
Really good. Even better. And it kind of explains one of the major thoughts at the end of the second book. It explained what happened to the magic egg.
Also, they do dive into the... Okay. Would you recommend it?
I would, actually. I'd probably recommend the entire series if I read it yet.